Scorpio, how you doing? So we are here to do your 2020 reading. So I thought what I would do for this is split them down month by month. So each card is going to represent each month. That's why I've already got them out for you. Okay, so I've gone over your energy and they'll be month by month. That'll be the first layer. Also, if I can channel any messages, I will. Okay, and then we'll look at a second layer and the deeper look at clarifying the cards afterwards to give me a better perspective of what that might mean month by month. Okay, I'll try and get through the reading as quick as I can, but it might take a little while, Scorpio. So I hope you have a great Christmas and I hope you have a great new year and a year ahead. I don't know how you've been feeling, but I feel completely and utterly, there's a lot of planets and stuff that's happening in the sky and I felt completely drained. It's been very difficult, so I'm not sure if anybody else has been going through the same thing, but I've found it very difficult to move, really. So I think a lot of you it is to do with a move or generally feeling like that you are moving in or moving on from something. There's an energy of physical movement, but I feel it's either also an element of something, of restriction. It might mean that someone's moved in with you or you physically might realize that you've moved on from something through this year. Okay, but they are very just quick messages that are coming through. But let's go with the reading. I know a lot of people do. So the first reading that you've got out, someone's trying to read you, or someone's trying to read you the right way and also the wrong way, is what I'm feeling. I think some of this energy through January could be confusing. There's a lot of love, and I think that you're moving forward with love. But I think that there's also a possible dynamic around parents and grandparents. Okay, this might be where you are analyzing a situation to realize that you are physically in love with someone or someone's in love with you, but I think that there's still a lot of family involvement because this here is parents or grandparents to me. So these two in the background are really enjoying themselves and their love life, and then there's also parents that are also got something going on. So if you obviously got parents, they're probably in some kind of I think that you are possibly in love with someone, and I think that the parents are also going through a dynamic of staring each other down for some reason. Okay, trying to stare one another down. So I'm picking up stairs, also stairs of apartment building to do with stairs. I'm looking at health, really. It's coming through. So that's January. Okay, so February, you got the Five of Wands. So I feel that that is an energy that's there for you. I think that this is a family member for some of you, of a grandparent or parent, literally. But I feel that you are in love with someone, and this could be you, but there's going to be two aspects. It could be that you're in love with someone, but there is a parent that's standing in between, some sort of conflict that's getting in the way of your love life. Okay, and for some of you, it's the other way around. I think that there's definitely a family dynamic around love that seems to be getting in the way. There seems to be someone, it's like they're interfering with your love life and someone doesn't like it very much and they're kind of arguing with family. For some of you, it's just a family dynamic that seems to be going on where you obviously realize that you are with the person family-wise, but I feel that there's a lot of energy where it's just hard work in order to get someone to possibly try and understand what you want from your own relationship. And I'm really picking it up that someone is trying to get in between that, which is a lot to do with, it can mean mind games and manipulation, and mind games and manipulation all work off information. Everything through my whole experience is all to do with information gathering of someone that wants to know information about something. And it feels like you or they don't. Someone wants to know the information and someone doesn't want to give it. Someone's searching for information. Gemini energy is still air. So it's a lot of things to deal with through family where someone is... This might be getting in between you and your partner is what I'm feeling between January and February. I feel January there's going to be an energy for you where you will be settling down with your love life and you might be an energy of being settled. But then during February, when things seem to be calm, all of a sudden it seems to be the calm before the storm, where there's a lot of work to be done. Generally, I think with your love life, there's still work to be done, okay, but I don't think that it's hard work. I think this Five of Wands is a lot to do with conflict of difference of opinion between families that are going to be trying to have their opinion on your love life, and you will more than likely be getting into some kind of either major or minor discussions or arguments with them. I think because it's more of stay out of my business. I don't need you to tell me how to be in love with someone, and I don't need you to tell me things that I can and can't do with my own life. You know, that energy is definitely there, but we will see more when we clarify. So the next one is really good. So January, February, March. So it could be a Piscean's birthday, right? Or it's someone's birthday, because we're looking at March. Okay, so that would be a Piscean also for a lot of you. But soulmate, Six of Cups. So there's a lot to do with family. You know, I think that, like I'm saying, for some of you, you're in love with someone and you'd be in a commitment with someone, but there's a lot of family involvement where there's a lot of family time, but there's also a lot of soulmate time with your love soulmate, but there's also a family member that is possibly trying to I don't know, it feels like they're trying to find things out, like they want to be included, but it feels like you are like excluding them, because I'm picking that up as informational fighting, really. You know, it feels like someone's standing in between you and your soulmate here, okay? But you've got families that have difference of opinion. Okay, I've just got an email from the music that's just about to turn up. I'm not sure if you're interested, but I've just ordered a load of equipment. So if you do want to follow Lucid Dream Tarot Music, I really would appreciate it. Sorry, we'll get on with your reading, Scorpio. I really do feel that there is someone that's going to be standing that wants to know. Oh yeah, you see, this is trying to avoid someone. Even though this is in the upright, it's still trying to avoid some kind of conflict. And you do have different amounts of Scorpio with people. It doesn't mean you, Scorpio. It just means that there is someone here that's causing this dynamic around your home as well. So if you're obviously living with a partner and also parents or grandparents, then that's where that energy is coming from. This can be like you feel like you're standing on eggshells with someone, where you might snap at someone because they're trying to find out information, and then they'll project that blame upon you, and then you'll probably get confused and think, well, is that me or is that you? There is a lot of control, I feel, through these two energies here. Okay. Thanks, sweetheart. Sorry. But sorry, that's my girlfriend. But there, oh, here we go. So, but there's a lot to do with difference of opinion, of conflict around the home, around families, around people that want to know information. This is all coming from information of the mind. Someone likes to play this game of trying to get in between you and your soulmate. Okay, that is, some of you, it might be a love part, another love interest. I doubt it. A lot of you, this is just really to do with family and work, and that when you're trying to work, someone tries to distract you from your work, and then you probably tell them, because this can be a worry wart, someone that's worrying a lot about something, like, oh God, I'm like really worried. It's like, you know, and it's like you probably get into a discussion or an argument with this person to literally say, listen, what are you worrying about? There's nothing to worry about. Life isn't about worry. In order for me to manifest things into reality, we need to not worry about it, because that's not going to help any situation. So there's a lot to do with frantic behaviour for some, but some of that frantic behaviour for a lot of you is coming through because someone could well have, the soulmate could have moved in with you, or you've moved in with them, okay? And if they live with you, there is still a lot of organisations of trying to organise your time more efficiently to work together as a team, and this is also an awakening that you can have a spiritual awakening, or you are literally going to give someone a sharp shock of reality and pretty much tell them, okay? But I think that there's a show and tell kind of energy. It's like, tell me. It's like, no, I don't want to tell you. Stay out my information. I don't want people to know about my love life, and I don't want people to know of the way that I should go in life and the way that I should be. You know, the way that I should be is what I believe in through this energy of the tower. That's my belief. That's the matrix, and that's a very difficult process for a lot of people to actually start. You know, you can be spiritual for a long time and you're wandering, you know, a lot. You run into loads of different circumstances. But January, February, March, soulmate love, it's there. The love life is there. These two energies here are either a dynamic that you're going through with a partner, or you're going through it with the partner and against a family member for some of you, okay? Some of you have a complete dynamic around family that is still waiting to come to light. Like this is going to be information that you're going to get that's going to be like quite shocking to you, okay? So we'll see what that is eventually. So the next card you've got out is a definite tie with family and a definite tie with money, definite tie with, I mean, you can earn a lot of money through this card here, Capricorn energy. But I mean, that's definitely present through the year, I think, right? So you know, I think that this is also a landlord of someone that, it doesn't matter, they could have that in their chart, but this is definitely a landlord of someone that owns buildings, businesses, companies, the house, the home, the electric bill. You know, it's kind of like someone's really receiving quite a lot of money, but someone sees it like one way, as if it's like, well, why does it always have to be your way? You know, why does it always have to be your way? You know, you've got to learn to give more than take. And it's what it seems is that this dynamic is coming through as basically just information. It's kind of like, well, why do you want to know how much I earn? Why do you want to know where I'm going? Why do you need to know about my life? Stay out of it. It can be, you know. So there's a lot of that, but some of that energy for you guys is coming through as like a family dynamic around the home, where it is really to do with terms and conditions, that you can't fight someone's term and you can't find someone's condition. Someone is trying to come up with a plan of action to actually make themselves more stable. I think that you've got a lot on when it comes to work. I think that you're still educating yourself with your business, and you're still striving forward with strength to earn a lot more for your company. But I think that there is someone here that has to pay the maker. The maker was obviously God, and this is the Son of God, right? If you're looking at religion. But obviously it's pay the maker, so someone's going to be paid handsomely, and it feels like in order to settle this tower energy down for you through this first period of the year, that there will be energies around equality of electric bills and finances, and trying to make sure that everything's paid off, to keep this energy calm. If there is an energy around you that just flips out, okay, it doesn't matter who, because it's still a game of tit for tat in a way. And a lot of that is probably going to be to do with the amount of money that's owed to someone, or it could even just be things like electric bills, car finance. I'm also picking up finances for some of you. You probably deal with finances and money, and that you're making sure that you have everything paid off. Like if you owe money, I think that you're paying it all off now. You know, this is paying the maker, but I'm feeling like if you was in some kind of financial situation, that you will be paying it off, you know. So to make sure that you're not in demand of anyone else to demand you about your life, I think there's more of a, well, we'll just keep this energy sweet at the moment, and we'll just make sure that we've paid the person off, so there's no interference of like, have you got your own car? Have you got your own finances? Have you got every... I think that there's an energy of like, look, let's avoid this tower with you and your soulmate if you're with them, and you're like, to dissolve this tower, what we really have to do is to be the calming influence, because that's the calm before the storm. Okay, so you have to have a calming influence for a storm. They lose interest if you are going through periods of control. Okay, so it feels like you want to control what you earn yourself and what you do yourself, but it feels like someone is trying to control what you're earning also, you know, because it can be a period of worry and panic. So we'll see. So January, February, March, April, May, June. So June time, there is, I'm picking up Terry and June. So I don't know if that was in America, or was it Terry and June? But this is like a mum also, that's like, whilst you're trying to get on with your soulmate and you're looking at each other eye to eye, there is also still this energy of here of what I was going through. You know, there's two people at a stare down and they're having a right good time, but there is someone here that tries to get in between you and your soulmate. Okay, now people will say a third party, but you know, a third party can be interference of work, and it can also be an interference of family members that are trying to intervene. We're saying, all right, do you want some tea? And you're like, no, I'm deep in conversation here with my soulmate, bruv. I don't need, you know, there is that energy there, but we will see. But you've got the Three of Cups, so uniting still with your soulmate. You've got 6 and 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So a lot of you, that is your wish fulfillment. It could be an Aquarian water sign, also a Pisces, maybe with Aquarius in their chart. But you do have that energy around you of a lot of family settling down. Someone does still want to, because this can be someone of a grandmother or mother that wants to like cook and clean, and is probably like, welcome to my world, Scorpio. But someone's OCD with cleanliness of, I don't just mean like physical cleanliness, I mean like tidying up a lot, like OCD of that. I really am picking that up as an addiction to cleaning the house. In the background, if you look at this card, it's spick and span. You know, everything is on point. So it feels like it's coming from this energy here that's in between, whilst these two are trying to talk to one another. So I am picking that up. It's like someone does like everything like really clean, really perfect. If that's you, that's you. If that's not, then that might wind you up about this person that's moving stuff around the home. And it's like, well, all of a sudden I've just gone for the ketchup and it ain't there anymore, and it was in that cupboard, and now it seems to be in that cupboard. Because I am picking up an energy of like someone is organising their home and stuff like that. Okay, so that might be you in general as well, but there is also someone in this energy too. Three of Cups is always someone in the energy. Okay, always. So that's work or somebody. Okay, but something. So you got the sign of Virgo then. Okay, so we've got January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So July time, things start to settle down for you, and you start to have a period of relaxation and study. Okay, now I know the energies of these star signs are here: Capricorn, Virgo, Gemini, and possible Scorpio as well. Okay, but there is a lot of period of like relaxing, of trying to compromise still with your person and the third person. Okay, so if your person has any of these in their chart, they do, but there would still be, look, let's just compromise. There's an era of, obviously people say soul searching, but how do you search through your soul? You don't, you know, you have to go through your karma. And there is someone that is kind of like really reflecting on this period of time through just like, well, in order to be loyal to this person, we're really just going to have to please them just by giving them possible small amounts of information about our love life, to not actually let this person know too much, because we're addicted to love. So it might be music and stuff, that it might be theory, some kind of theory. Okay, I'm picking up theory or theoretical, or someone has a theoretical approach to something, a bit like, oh, hello, right, is what I'm picking up. Oh, hello, Pitpot. Oh, just a spoonful of sugar, darling. Because there is, it's like, would you like one lump or two? It's like, oh, hello, dearie. Someone's probably from Scotland, Scottish, right? But yeah, I'm picking that error up as well. Okay, so we'll see. So there's going to be an error of like really going into deep amounts of like study, really. Okay, so yeah, taking a break. So come during this period, a lot of you might actually be just going on a holiday or break with your person, but this might be through the summer holidays where people are going to like, listen, we can just actually now afford to go on a holiday or a break, or we just need to take a rest. Okay, this is rest as well, rest and recuperation. For some of you, it might be an elderly grandparent maybe that you are trying to settle the energy down with, settling, okay, but I can't really tell you too much about the Four of Blades, really. See, 7 now, the 7 of Blades. So this is physical. I'm picking up a physical ailment or a physical a plan to avoid. You see, avoiding. A lot of the times you bump into it along your way. Try having a life path number 7. You can get very chaotic, right? But 7 is running right into the 4. 11, which is 2, which could well be a Libra energy that could have any of these other star signs in their chart, okay? But I would say it would be a Libra that either has Capricorn, Scorpio or Gemini in their chart, but you do have other Virgo, but you do have other signs. Okay, but that would be someone that might leave you in a frantic state, okay, because they, like I said, this person can also be OCD, which can mean like, to you it might seem like, well, 1 minute you've got your mind on this, and then the next minute you got your mind on that, and there is someone that confuses this energy of trying to avoid the energy that's confusing you, okay? So obviously as it runs into a 2, it's still running away from a 2 in the normal Rider-Waite. So there's a lot of indecisive energy around you that is confusing your energy, to do with, well, what do we do to avoid this conflict, and what do we do to settle the energy down, but what do we also do to compromise against it? Because really, I don't trust this person with the amount of information that I give them, because they seem to use it against me, and that's where the trust comes from. You know, the key is the information, and the lock is and the heart is the lock, right, or something. But where did I get that from? From Shooter on Netflix. It's a really good saying. But it's the messenger, because I'm picking up don't shoot the messenger. Okay, so there's a lot to do with information, of messages that someone wants to know. They want to know a lot of stuff, and they're running into a decision of like, well, you're confusing my energy, so we need to avoid the energy. Okay, and that can be what either one, you and your soulmate are going through if you live together with the parent situation or children, okay, or a dynamic around family. But there can also be a era of where you're not with the soulmate and you are going through a dilemma with them over distrust. Okay, some of you it will be completely and utterly different, but most of the time, sevens, they all come from energy that is around everybody of 8. Okay, so the mind can get very cluttered, and then during those periods of time of 7, that's going to be everything to do with the traditional values of going from 1 to 7. Okay, and that would be your whole day-to-day life. So a lot of it is trying to avoid somebody. Okay, so you've then got another 7, which is the 7 of Cups. So this is analysing the situation to make sure that you can focus on what you want yourself. Okay, and this is not needing to make mistakes. Some of you might be getting a tattoo, literally, right? But this is putting a bit of flavour and a bit of colour into your life, literally. So some of you could be looking at health. Some of you could be getting a suntan around this time, but we're coming into October, November, December. Okay, so but people do live on different parts of the world to the UK. So I just heard Wales as well. Whale music, or Wales. But yeah, focus. It's requiring your attention to focus more and study on your work, so you don't make a mistake. You could be getting a his and hers tattoo as well, but options, yeah, people say options, choices, you know. This is an avoidance as well around a dark passenger, is what I used to call it from the Rider-Waite. A dark passenger that can drain your energy, that keeps confused, because both of these energies here can definitely not trust someone by the energy that they're going to take from you, that's going to concern you about, well, what is it that you're going to take if I give you that information? And what is it that you're going to take from me if I give you my energy, which is information. All energy is fed through the subconscious memory of information, you know. So our feelings are connected to our head bone is connected to the knee bone, right? But or no, it's not, but it should be. But it's a lot to do with obviously information. That's what drains your energy. So then towards the end of the year, you start to come up with the Knight of Blades. So again, this is someone that's trying to get your focus while you're trying to focus. While you're at work, you might be perfecting your art, performing your life, and starting doing things that you want to do to perfect it. But there is someone here that tries to get your attention away from what you're doing. So be careful, I don't want to cut you. All right, but you got the Knight of Blades, which is obviously messages that can be of someone that has an opinion against something, right? So you've got then Temperance, so Sagittarius energy. These are people that are still, it's a bit like this energy of what we see through the Gemini energy. Okay, so it could be a Gemini that does have Sagittarius in their chart. This is still, again, where else did we come up with that? Here, the Three of Cups. Okay, so I don't know why I'm picking that up. The Three of Cups is definitely one of these energies that's in here, I would say, of Gemini and Sagittarius, and that's one of the three of work or the person. Okay, that's what I'm picking up. But this is a difference of opinion of like, well, if you're not going to talk to me, I'm not going to talk to you. And there is someone that said, listen, just sort it out. So whoever's saying, look, just compromise. We have to compromise in order to be able to live. And there is a living space that someone's in where there is a disconformity of opinion, where someone could be very opinionated and you're like, I don't want your opinion, keep it to yourself. Right? And Temperance energy normally comes into the aspect of healing family issues, and Doreen's now just entered the building again. So obviously healing certain amounts of your energy through avoiding an energy that confuses it. Okay, so that's your general reading. So at the moment now, what we'll do is I'm going to clarify everything for the second layer to tell me more about it. Okay, but that's your month by month. I'm just going to quickly go into an advertising advert right now, just so people don't get lost with the amount of information I'm going to say, and I will put that advert in around now. Okay. All right, guys, so now we're going to go on to obviously clarifying this month by month for you. So let's have a look at the Lovers. The Lovers. I'm also going to change up the setup to do with my cameras as well. We've got quite a lot of cameras, and I haven't been using them, so I am actually going to use it differently after Christmas. So there will be a lot of changes that come starting January, guys. Okay, so let's look at the Lovers. So the Lovers is to do with Scorpio again. So that could be you, like I said, that is trying, or someone's really trying to transform a loving relationship, but someone also is standing in the way. There could be a Taurian energy possibly here, but this is someone that's standing in the way. This is conflict that someone has gone through a cycle with parents, of like endings and beginnings, transforming the relationship, possibly going for it again and then again and again and again. And like I said, this is where you're trying to transform yourself and you're trying to mute your energy, but also very fixed. So that's going to depend on where else that is in your chart. Okay, but there is Scorpio Gemini that do have this energy of conflict, of like really trying to transform the relationship, is why I'm picking it up as parents of something, where it's like, well, to compromise, you've got to stop being in my way. You know. So let's have a look at this Death card. You know, if that's the relationship, then people can see that as an ending, okay? But every ending has a beginning, and every silver lining has a rainbow, right? So, every rainbow has a silver lining is what I'm picking up. Silver lining or lying, or something to do with that. Death card, lying, something to do with lying. So yeah, there's Libra energy here also. Piscean, Libra, possible Virgo. Okay, but there's definitely difference of opinion of family. To me, this is always family secrets, of something that you're trying not to tell someone about, some information, and when it's hid from you or them, someone gets into like an altercation because someone's trying to pry some information out of someone. I basically just channeled at the beginning, but I feel that really is to do with the amount of information that someone wants to know from you that you're trying not to tell someone. And because there's a difference of opinion of information, it's coming through as control of someone's like, well, in order to take back control of this, I need to not give you that information. And because I can't give you it, someone's getting wound up by that amount of information because it's not told to someone. So someone plays the which it can do through narcissism, but it doesn't mean that you're narcissistic if you're the one that's keeping quiet, because you might feel like you're well within your right too. Okay, but there is an energy of, when I used to study control, it was someone that used to purposely stay quiet in a soulmate relationship and not tell them that they were in love with them also. Okay, but for a lot of that, I feel that is trying to avoid telling somebody an informational part of your life, of what we went through with you and your soulmate, that you want to keep someone out of it. Okay, because that's your experience of karma, and it's also the other person's as well, and it's just a chain that happens within you and your soulmate of also family. Okay, healing family stuff. So I really feel that is trying to keep quiet about not telling someone something that is also possibly winding someone up. The Three of Cups did also come up with this 5 possibly, but it was a slip of the thumb. What's the 5 of Wands for? Tell me more about this 5 of Wands. What's this 5 of Wands for? 5 of Wands is a lot to, yeah, see, family, it is. It's all to do with family and money. Still the same kind of approach. It's like leaving someone out of the amount of information that you're telling them about money that you earn, stuff that you want to do for yourself, that you're trying to avoid that by not telling them, okay, which is leaving them out in the cold. But you don't ever put someone out in the cold, you pretty much leave them out of the amount of info that you're telling. Some of you are going through this, a complete dynamic with like past relationships or past partners of that you might have children with them, okay, and that you just want to keep them out of your business whilst you're conducting your own, okay. But there's a lot of leaving someone out of information that you do with your business and stuff like that, and your day-to-day life is no one else's business but your own. So there's a lot to do with that energy that's causing conflict of people wanting to know about, well, bills are due and this is due and that's due, and it's kind of like, oh, I just need a break. Right, Scorpio. So that's kind of clarifying that one. So tell me more about the Six of Cups. This is just a general reading, really, you know, so it's not going to be extremely in-depth. What's the Six of Cups for? Six of Cups. But generally, again, I think they still want back into it because it's still family and it's blood, and people are seeing that as that, which you do, and it's very difficult to break out of that situation generally anyway. But if that's the soulmate, that person that you're trying to avoid, then it feels like they're definitely coming back because they feel missed. There's someone that feels missed and left out of a situation, and it might be that you've decided to move on, but whatever which way that is, Scorpio, for a lot of you, I feel like it's just like, I miss you now. And there is also someone that feels like left out of the situation, or someone is saying, look, if this is a family dynamic, the soulmate could well be saying, look, I'm just going to stay out of this altogether. I'll be here to support you, but you need to sort that out yourselves. Right? Six of Cups. That could be the dynamic I'm picking up, you know. That could well be happening, because Five is still about the Hierophant. Five is still about, it could be a life path number 5 that's a part of this. Okay, you've got 2 5s. It's just a part of working on a relationship, and also family dynamic and conditioning of everybody's parents as well, and society. So what's the Six of Cups? Six of Cups. Oh dear, you got another 5 again. So this is going to cause possible conflict with soulmate as well. Okay, but if it isn't, it's causing a general discussion with the soulmate, but it's causing a major conflict with the parents that are trying to find something out about it as well. Some of you have got general conflict that is around everybody in society just seems to be against one another, and you're probably going to start seeing that as a reflection through this year, that everybody just seems to be at war with one another, okay? But some of you, this is just a minor discussion with you and your soulmate that you're witnessing that's happening with the family, okay? So you're either getting into just like just a discussion with your soulmate, but about family. That's causing the Five of Wands to be more of a major than a minor, okay? So for some of you, it's a minor discussion that you might have with the soulmate about a major incident with the family, okay? But for some of you, you just can't fit in with someone's ego. You know, you can't, because someone has got a strong conditioning of wanting to know a lot of information, and it's causing a lot of conflicts of a difference of opinion, of just the cycle that you just got to go through. What's the Tower? Tell me more about the Tower. So the Tower, there you go. So after that argument or possible discussion, there's a new beginning that starts to come into the horizon. Now, a lot of you, if you're going through this with a soulmate, then there's an opportunity of either 1, a new person, or 2, they come back with an apology, okay? This is settling the energy down to agree to disagree. That once things settle down and you've said your piece and they've said theirs, the energy settles down through that January, February, March, April time with an offer. But actually, to be honest, I really want to find out what this Five of Wands is about. Why is this Five of Wands here? Why is this Five of Wands here? What is the argument about? 7. Yeah, it's about drawing your limits with someone and cutting them out. I mean, people don't physically cut people. Well, you know, but this is like putting more health into a relationship of avoiding someone. Again, 7, to not give them the amount of information that makes you feel that you got to protect yourself. Someone feels like they have to protect themselves away from someone's information. So you could well be just saying, look, you're out, I'm done, I'm not going to participate in this family dynamic anymore, and you're a part of my life, but there are going to be limits that I've drawn, and I've put a line right in the sand, and here I am and here you are. Right? And then this could well be your love life, where it settles down now because someone starts to think, oh, okay, they're not giving me the information I want, so you're out. What's the tell me more about this devil energy? Because they're general, you know, this will always, tarot cards to me will always be your whole life in a bowl. Right? Your whole life in a bowl. And I like to give all the information I possibly can, because I don't think it's ever possible for a set of general tarot cards to just tell you about your love life. And I find it very difficult to just concentrate on people's love life when I do general reading. So the devil is to do with the moon. It's still to do with this difference of opinion. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, again, possible. About information that people are not really talking. Someone's hiding, like, feels like they need to hide the amount of money that they have and their business to themselves, and that they don't want to tell someone about it. But the moon also still represents mother, okay? So, you know, there's a lot to do with parents and stuff as well, of hiding it from, well, the person that give you life. You know, to me, this is the person that always give you life, regardless of the sign. It's just the moon that gave you life. So to me, it's the person that gave you life would be a family dynamic, okay? So, the moon. So yeah, there you go. So the moon really is about Libra energy, possibly again, and then you've got family, 10 of Cups. So it's between you and your soulmate and also family members that's causing this conflict of someone wanting to know about rent and stuff, and that you're not really talking to someone. What's the Three of Cups? So we won't clarify the Three of Cups because the reading will go on for a long time. What's the Hermit for? The Hermit. The Hermit. So the Hermit then starts to Six of Cups again. So your Six of Cups is still family, but it's this is what I'm saying. For a lot of you, this is you and your soulmate getting on, but this is you cutting out someone that's interfering, okay? For a lot of you, this is you possibly cutting out a soulmate. I couldn't tell you, but it's causing a lot of analysing situations to go over it, and someone's going over it and 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 going over it, and it's causing a lot of worry. You know, the magician is pretty much, listen, for me to be able to focus on one direction, you need to stay out this amount of information. So you might see someone as controlling that. What's this magician for? It's a witness to me. The magician is a witness of someone that's trying to keep things under control, and a settled energy through the Hermit of Virgo is trying to keep themselves under control, but they're worried a little. Okay, sleepless nights. What's the magician for? Tell me more about this magician, please. Please clarify this magician. Okay, so they come in with an offer again. It's just a witness. It's a child or your partner is also witnessing this situation that's causing some kind of conflict within you and them. Can either be restless nights or just some kind of, they realise that things are just analytical, that someone's analysing situations a lot, ruminating things. What's the Seven of Blades? Why is this Seven of Blades here for? Seven of Blades comes with distrust, yeah. It's definite air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius as well. You have got Gemini here as well. Okay, so there's a compatibility of air for sure. This is like, you won't change this person's mind. If this King of Swords was in reverse, that's narcissism and control, you know. So someone's trying to control the amount of information that they're not giving to someone else. That's what I'm saying. You won't change the King of Swords conditioning. There's no way that you will change that person, and there's no way that they will change you either. So that's where the conflict is coming from. People are taking a stance up against not trusting someone, because your soul is literally taken on so many lessons through the King of Swords that you become entrepreneurial and a leader of your own conditioning, of what you believe in as religion or spiritual. And because you do, you have a different opinion against other people and also society. What's the King of Swords? So you come up against that, you know, again, of like difference of opinion of talking. What's the King of Swords for? Tell me more about this King of Swords. This King I mean, it's a plan of escape as well, and a plan to run your own business and stuff. What's this King of Swords for? King of Swords, too many cards. Cancerian as well, possibly. What's the King of Swords? King of Swords. Yeah, you're trying to protect yourself away from either one, this person you don't trust with you and your soulmate, or you're just trying to protect your assets, and someone's very guarded and protected against someone. You do have 2 again here, which could be a possible Libra energy, but you do have a lot of 2s, Libra energy. It could be a Libra, Gemini, Libra cross, kind of like conditioning of trying to protect yourself away from someone. So tell me more about the Temperance energy. Temperance, why is Temperance here? Temperance. Temperance, yeah. It just feels like that's just not going anywhere. The Knight of Pentacles, yeah. Feeling entrapped into a situation. I mean, this is a general energy, but I did split it up month by month, and there's only like 3 cards, you know. But it just feels that if you're going through something with somebody, it feels like it's just really not going anywhere, and you just feel incarcerated and trapped into like a prism of your own device. You know, old Jim Morrison song starts to come out. But it just feels like I'm just stuck in this situation. That's why some of you, I'm picking it up with just family. I'm just stuck with family, and they're my family, and I'm just stuck with it. Yeah, for some of you, if it is your soulmate relationship and that energy is coming through, that you're at conflict with them, it just feels like it's not going anywhere. But that would really be with the Sagittarius energy, if it is. For a lot of you, I am picking that up, is that it's just to do with, you know, that it could be you and your soulmate together talking about where it's just like we're just stuck with this person, so we're just going to have to learn to compromise because there's no way out of it. You know, there is if you physically move, but you would physically have to move home. And if you don't want to physically move home, then this energy comes from like you of not wanting to move home, and that you're just going to stay where you are, but you're just going to learn to compromise with the person to just live and forget, but just don't live in regret kind of thing, you know. So there's a lot of that energy there for you guys. All right. So that's your general reading for 2020. If you want a personal one, you can reach out from the link below for me to concentrate the energy on you guys. Also, Lucid Dream Tarot Music, if you're interested in that, I've got a load of equipment that's hopefully just about to come up, and equipment that I've already bought. So 2020 hopefully is going to be completely different. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, Scorpio. I really do appreciate it. Anything that you can do to get these messages out, to get it to other channels, or to get YouTube to notice it, I really would appreciate that support. And thank you very much, and I hope you have a great Christmas and a new year in 2020, and then we'll also do things through the month of different readings. Okay, all right guys, thanks very much, Scorpio, and I'll catch you again soon.